Okay, we're on. Oh, wait a second. It's probably not a good idea. Over here. Okay, can you guys hear and see me? If you can't hear me, then what I'm going to tell you is not going to make any sense. But click on your little okay, click on your little sound icon once or twice, and it should be working. So I'm going to close this screen right here. Okay, so we're good to go. What we're going to do, and I apologize, we were supposed to come on at 10 o'clock tonight, and we're going to be discussing the first 5 cases that I've worked on. But there's a storm tomorrow. They don't have school, so my son's up and he wants to play video games. We only have one PC, so we're gonna knock this out real quick. So the first case up will be Natalee Holloway. Now, if you guys click on where it says open cases, it's actually case number 1. And this case was opened January 27th, 2006. This is a picture of Natalee Holloway. So what we decided to do is we're going to bring up these old cases, go one by one in numeric order, and see if we can get some more information on them. And I can put out what I've done on the case, and we can add stuff in real time. Samuel, how come every time I get on here you want to? Samuel, when we can add stuff as we go. So I also have Deborah on the phone with me. Deborah, are you there?
Yes, I'm here, Brian.
Okay, let me turn the volume up a little bit. So can you tell us a little bit about the disappearance of Natalee Holloway?
Yes, Natalee has been missing since May 30th, I believe, and that is 2005. She went missing while she was on vacation in Aruba with her classmates, and there's been the recent activity with her on Vandersloot.
Yes, I've heard that.
And so some of that posted.
Please. Yeah, there's been recent activity with Vandersloot. I know. Apparently, they said they had a confession, and then that they found some information where now he's talking about that she was trafficked, or he was involved in another trafficking case. Is that right?
That's correct. And recently, when he spoke on Greta Van Sustren's show,
right,
he made admission on there. They had information on there that he was admitting it.
Okay, he was admitting what?
Now, that is what he had done with Natalee, human trafficking.
Okay, that's really interesting too, because you know, I started this in January. This was opened January 27th, 2006. Sorry, my son is doing something here. You're gonna hurt yourself. At that point, I said she was alive. I still think she's alive, and I do think she was trafficked out of the country. Ever since then, we've been working on areas of where she might be, and it all comes back to the one same location in Colombia. I realize that most people think that she's deceased from what news reports have said as far as drugs on the beach, and apparently Vandersloot's confession, where he said she was foaming at the mouth, and some other words that I don't want to mention right now. So most people seem to think that she was dumped in the ocean. I disagree with that, and I've disagreed with that the whole time. I think she's very much alive, and I also think that I'm sorry. Hang on one second. I think that she was pregnant and had a child, and I do think she's still in Colombia. Now, we've done a lot of work on this case. There's 15 or 20 pages that we have up, but it starts off with case number 1. If you guys are there, you can click on it. We've had a lot of correspondence back and forth over the years, and it all still seems to indicate she's still there.
Where did Derby car go?
We had one person, I believe, back. You weren't with me, Deborah. I think about 7 or 8 months after I opened this case, it actually went to an area, and there is an area called Frog Legs.
Found the Derby car. Dad found it.
Oh, cool. Okay. Okay, I'm sorry, we got to build this car a little bit. So
I can
she went out to there, and there is a place called Frog Legs, and I can't pronounce the name. Do you know the name
Can I practice?
I'm talking about in Colombia?
Can I practice?
Yes, I do.
Oh, Dad.
Vera,
I'm not
Vera Quilla,
We can
Laura
make
Quilla.
a truck that's almost like this. Like,
You can, please let me do this.
can I practice?
Yes, over there.
Well,
Can I practice?
Yeah,
I think that is how you pronounce it, even though the end of
Can I
it is
practice making it? Can
Quilla.
I practice making
So
it?
Yes.
that would be
Yes.
Baranquilla.
Okay, which is in Colombia. Now we have maps of that. We actually have the nightclub in question, and the pictures did match up. So I'm almost certain that she was at this nightclub, and I do believe that she was trafficked.
Where's
And
where's that cutting thing?
I don't over there. Please just go over there. I think that she was taken out of the country by this guy, and he's done it before, and he's probably still doing it. I think this time maybe he got caught. I do realize that the reports say otherwise, but I have to go with my dreams, and this is what I believe in this case. I'm just going down the case file here of stuff that people sent to and from, and once again, it's more stuff indicating that she was trafficked. And that area is in Colombia is a hub for human trafficking, and it does go on all the time. Looking here, there's also a lot of dream drawings that were related to this too, and they are on the bottom of the page. If you scroll all the way down to the bottom, you'll see that along with a couple new videos. And I lost Deborah. I'm going to get her back on the phone. What I want to say though is all the reports, at least that I've seen on this case, come from this one reporter, and this reporter has it in his mind to get him to confess for something, and he might be right.
The one that has the sanding in it.
I don't know, but you have to realize his intentions too. He's set on that. He's set on making some type of confession, and I think Vandersloot could have said anything to him. Maybe at this time he knew he was being recorded. I mean, I don't think he really cares. That's pretty obvious. But again, I want to stress that I think Natalee is alive, and more than likely she's probably still in Colombia. And I'm not getting hold of her.
I'm sorry, but the person you called.
Sorry about that, guys.
Dad, I can make it in 1 minute.
Please don't make it one. Can let me do this, please?
Trying to figure out where that cutting thing is. That's where all that cutting stuff.
We're not sanding it right now.
What? No.
Are you back? Okay. Did you? I don't know if you heard what I said. What I was talking about is the reporter. There's one reporter that's been broadcasting and secretly recording Vandersloot for some time, and
Yes, it's Peter DeVries.
right. And I heard back a long time ago that there's this breaking news that there's an absolute confession on tape, but as we all know that he was never arrested, was he?
Not to my knowledge, no.
Okay, I do have the video up here. What I'm saying is, I feel that she's alive. And sometimes you have to question the source of where these videos are coming from. This is from one reporter. He's a reporter, guys, and even though he's saying this stuff to him, it doesn't necessarily mean that Vandersloot is telling the truth. He's probably a pretty good liar, and he might have known that he was being recorded. I don't know, but what I have states otherwise, that she is alive, and she's more than likely in Colombia. What else do we have in that case, Deborah? I know it's old, and we've been working on it for a while.
Yes, you have. Actually, I'd like to say something right now.
Okay.
So you guys are aware of this. Today is 3 years since Brian has posted his first case publicly, his first missing persons case.
I didn't know that, so I guess happy anniversary to myself. I don't keep track of dates, but yes, Deborah's right. It's been 3 years since we started doing this. So
Happy anniversary, Brian.
well, thank you, and thank you to everybody that's helped me. There's a lot of people that's been helping me do this. I mean, literally thousands of people. I know I'm one person. It takes me a while to get to this, the emails that you guys send on stuff like this, but I try to get to most of them and get them posted publicly. Once again, that's the reason why we do post stuff publicly, so everybody can see what we have, make their own decisions if somebody wants to act on it, or actually go search these areas to go search. But I do feel that she's alive, and so far I haven't anything other than that. I'm looking for some links here. There are links to other dream drawings that were related to this case, and they all seem, Deborah, they all seem to point back to the same place. The same
Yes,
place
they all do.
the same place in Columbia. Like I said, I know I had one reader, I think I posted it, that actually went to that bar, but
There's only 3 of these now.
okay, we'll get another one.
Or maybe.
There was only one, as far as I know, only one person actually went and found this nightclub. I don't know how far the investigation went, but we don't know. I'll turn that down too. Deborah, do you have any input on this case? Recent events or anything? Was that the last thing that was put out as far as the human trafficking? Because I'm looking at that video right now.
Well, the last thing was his admission connected with Greta's show. One thing I'm wondering about, Brian, and see if you have any thoughts on this, is there are people saying that some of your readers have brought it up. It is posted various places on the internet regarding the Vandersloot family and the corruption in the legal system there. The father's a judge, and he can certainly get his son out of certain amounts of trouble. How much of a chance is there of getting this solved and there being justice in this case? Obviously, you say that Natalee's alive, and I believe that. There's no evidence to prove otherwise. But, when there's corruption in the legal system, that gets in the way of justice. So, what do you see happening here? Do you have thoughts on that? And from correspondence you've received from people?
Yeah, I have some thoughts. Well, first of all, the corruption, as far as him and his father, the judge, is in Aruba. So, if she was murdered, it could be easily covered up, I would guess, or more easily covered up. But since I think that she's not in Aruba, she's in Colombia, they have no jurisdiction there, and I don't think they can influence. I think